Mm, 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 mm.
Okay, welcome guys. Welcome to the show. This is Terry with Nspstv Paranormal Podcast After Dark. Hey, I like to apologize because we supposed to have done this last night, but we're doing it tonight. So hey, welcome everybody to the show. I really appreciate you guys joining us tonight. All you guys, and I got a new platform I want to introduce you guys to. So, quick shout out to all you guys on the normal platform, all you guys on Kick, Rumble, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and all the Facebooks that I have. But now I want to introduce Clapper to the show. Those of you guys that don't know Clapper, Clapper is the little brother or sister of TikTok. Now, what's so special about Clapper is you don't have to have 1,000 followers to go live. You can go live right off the box. The minute you uh, set up your account, you're ready. You're ready to go, and that's what we're doing tonight. So appreciate everybody on the show. Uh, Only thing about Clapper is they won't be able to see me. I mean, they won't be able to see my guests, but they can hear them. So the phone is literally right there, and they can actually hear everything we talk about. So hey guys, welcome to the show. Irene, my co-host, welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing today? How you doing today, Irene? How's the weather?
Hot.
It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
How is it hot over there? It was just snoring last week. What is going on?
Mm.
The change of weather.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah, you know what, dude? Whenever I don't have a guest on the show, sometimes guests, and I get it, things happen. But dude, let's have some courtesy. Let's have a little common
Yeah.
courtesy.
Yeah.
And you got my email. There's ways of you getting hold of me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got my email or you got my number, you can call me on Messenger. Just
Mm-hmm.
reach out and say, hey, I cannot do the show tonight. And I would totally respect that,
Mm-hmm.
and that will respect me, respecting you even more rather than you standing me the hell up,
Yeah.
because I
You
try,
know it.
I don't
Yeah.
stand anybody up.
It takes a lot of time and effort to create a podcast, right?
Yes,
You have the guests, you have to have what they do, where they're from, what day they are free, because it's up to the guests to pick the day, right? Not and us to make sure that we are open for that day. And it just takes a lot of time and effort. Like it's a dual system, and it's a give and take thing. We have to do our work to make sure you guys get on, but you guys have to do your work to be respectful about how how what time and effort it takes for us to put you guys on.
exactly. See, but a lot of people think that there's not much work in the podcast. Oh man, we're starting from Monday or
Yep.
possibly Sunday or Sunday, going all the way up to advertising, which can last up to Thursday. It depends how what your advertising is like, and depends on what you guys do. But there's a lot going on,
Yeah,
and people need to understand, dude. There is a sense of respect in this,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. And um, because we have schedule, we have time slots for everybody, right? And
Yes,
we want to fit you in the soonest you can get in, the time slot that you find it's convenient for you. So yeah, I mean it's not just us, it's you guys too, and it takes a dual effort to put someone on the show and to advertise, bring them in, make sure they show up, give them the link, and make sure they're there. There's just confirmation. Just you know, have a little bit of spread the love and understanding.
all you got to do is type yes, hit the check bar, and we're
Mm.
good.
Yeah,
Or say no. I mean, there's
yeah,
it's not much to be said, either the yes or no. A lot of
and then,
people don't think about that.
yeah, and then if we can, we'll fill in this time slot for another person. Remember, you ain't the only one. There are tons of paranormal investigators out there, and there are tons of people who want to be on the show but can't because that slot is filled with a person who really doesn't want to be on. Whatever. Yeah, I think so. Maybe, maybe not. No, it doesn't work that way.
No, and that's where that whole para unity thing come in at. A lot of people are super critical of the para unity. A lot of people believe in it. A lot of people don't believe in it. Me myself, I believe in it. I believe, and I'll be honest with you. What the saying in Texas is, and I'm true to this. Fuck me once, shame on you. Fuck me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And I live by that.
Yep.
You know, and but hey, all you guys in the clapper chat, you got any questions about the paranormal? Feel free
Mm-hmm.
to put it in, and I will do the best to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All you guys over in Instagram, I see if you got anything in the chat, feel free, man, to let me know, and I will do my best to answer it for you guys. But you know what? Forget about that. How's your day doing, Irene?
Itchy eyes, runny nose. Like, I don't like spring.
I bet.
It's bad.
I bet. But you know
But
what? You guys don't get cedar fever as much over there.
oh, this pollen. It's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
yeah.
Cedar Park is known for having turning cars yellow because the
Hmm.
cedar is so bad. All the pollen that comes off the trees. Oh my God,
Yep.
dude, it's horrible.
Yep.
It is horrible. Uh, anything
Even
for
the
dinner? What's
skies
for
look
dinner?
yellow. And if you're a mask, your mask turns all black because
Yeah,
the pollen in the air. Yeah.
it's crazy, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay, first question from Clapper. Have you ever watched Shadow Jackson's YouTube channel on MLK? Black dude. No, just telling the truth. No, I have not checked that guy out, dude.
Mm.
I am still on some other shows that sorry about that. I'm still on some other shows, man. I'm still I'm still watching Ben Carson. Uh that guy's amazing, man, and he is really, really
Mm.
discovering a lot of things in the scientific community. If you guys
Mm.
don't know who Ben Carson is, please check him out. He would definitely school you in on some things that's going on around the world.
Mhm.
But thanks, Brian. Thanks for the comment. Dude, I can really get into this. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, man. Hey, all you guys on Clapper, man, please reach out. If you're not, go to my Facebook page,
Yep.
NSPSTV Paranormal Podcast Show. Check out the show. Check out all the investigations, and you will not be disappointed in some of the things that we got going on.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, Irene, I found out how our friend is streaming live on TikTok.
Wow.
She and what's so crazy about TikTok, you got to have 1,000 followers to go live to even connect to StreamYard. You can
Yeah.
actually stream to StreamYard on TikTok, but hey, you guys want to go over and get me 1,000 followers so I can stream on TikTok? Please go over to my TikTok page, man, and hit that follow button. You guys can get me 600 likes in one night. That'd be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you get to check out some good videos, some good content. You will not be disappointed. But so Irene, I didn't get the chance to talk to you last week about last week's guest. What do you think about last week's guest?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, Ecto Mike he was in a very unusual situation. He was
Hmm.
in Arizona. He really didn't know anybody, but he was a paranormal investigator. So I hooked him up with Donna. Hopefully, they do a lot of collabs together, and make things happen on both sides. That
Hmm.
is great.
And I reached out to him on TikTok, and he answered me, and now he's following me, which is really good.
Cool. That is cool, dude. Hey, you
I
know
think
what?
a lot there that I can help him with also.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, the more you help out with people, dude, I think the safer the world will be. I'm
Yep.
not saying that we're gonna conquer the world and
Oh
solve
no, no,
everybody. I mean,
but
we're not gonna solve everybody's paranormal problems, but we can definitely solve a lot. You know.
oh, I'm the conqueror. You know that.
Oh yeah, guys. Hey, you guys on Clapper, man. You got any paranormal questions? Feel free to ask. We're here.
Yeah.
Tonight we got Irene, my co-host on the show from Japan. She is a very unique individual. She is a clairvoyant. She talks to people that we couldn't even. You know what? I'm not even gonna start. But she talks to people that are long gone. That that's been down that rabbit hole in the
Mhm.
spirit world. She has that capability. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to
Yeah.
ask. Same thing on Instagram. All
Yeah.
you guys got any questions? Leave them in the chat.
Yeah.
Leave it
And
in the chat.
yeah. And
Hey,
ask away. Don't be afraid to ask, because that's what you learn. And if you have any comments, that's where I learn too. So we all learn from each other.
yeah, I mean that is perfect. If we all learn from each other, it's a win-win situation.
Crystals too. If you have any questions about crystals, obsidian, selenite, stuff like that, yeah. Like go ahead and ask also. How we use it, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Uh, Lone Star Paracon, Church, Texas, coming up this month,
Yep.
guys. Any of you guys on Clapper or in Texas, that's where I will be. If you guys want to come check out, hang out with me, I would be in Church, Texas for the Lone Star Paracon. If you guys, it's the only Paracon that I know of in Texas.
Mm,
So get down there, check it out, and it's the best thing about it, it's free.
that's
The
nice.
main event is free. You don't have to. Now, the investigation part, you're gonna have to go.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah, Ben is a cool guy, man. I'm really digging Ben Carson. I want some of the stuff that he has to say
Mhm.
on some of the things that he's proven he's been proved wrong as far
Mhm.
as this whole religion thing and the Bible, the Anunnaki, aliens, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. If you guys are big believers in aliens, then Ben is definitely the guy that you guys should check out on YouTube.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's an amazing guy. I wish I could meet him one day because there's so many questions I would like to talk. Irene, what's the topic of the night, man? Anything you want to talk? Because hey, you know me, I can go down that rabbit hole real quick. I choose not to.
It's not really. It's just like this year I've been working a lot, and time for a vacation. What don't you think?
Well, it's you know what, our job is nonstop.
I know.
I
I
mean,
know.
do we really have time for vacations?
Well, I need one for sure.
Well, I mean, you can always take a 12-hour snooze and just sleep the day away. I mean, but the minute that
Tried
phone
that.
rings, we got to
Tried
pick
that.
it up.
Done that. Tried that. Didn't work.
Oh wow. But other than that, where's the cat at? Where's the killer cat?
I don't know. He's someplace.
Oh boy, he is someplace. Well, you got to keep eye on that guy. Make sure he's all right. Hey, anything on Clapper night? Any questions about the paranormal? Feel free to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
Tonight we're an open book, and we're gonna do the best we can to answer all the questions for you guys. So please ask.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We will not stray away from you. Any question that you guys put in the chat, I'll do my best to answer.
Mhm. And
But
not
other than that,
great questions because I think we've been there, done that. I know I've been there. I know I've done that. And there isn't anything that scares the bleepers out of me except certain things do and certain things won't. Yeah, but I'll never tell you. But yeah, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of strange things out there too. So yeah, you've got your incubus, you got your succubus, and you got
well,
you get skinwalkers. You got whatever you know.
I that discussion of last week about skinwalkers, man. I
Mhm.
gotta stick to my guns with that.
Yeah.
I really can't. Native Americans are I think they are were there skinwalkers around before? When the Native Americans were around, did
Hmm.
they? Here's the question: did they have encounters with skinwalkers?
Mm. Remember, you took a picture of one. Remember?
Yeah, I mean that was an interesting picture.
Yeah, that was a scary place too. Gosh
But
darn it.
I'm just curious. Did Native Americans encounter skinwalkers? We know that,
Oh,
but we do know that they encountered sky gods.
yeah.
We know they encountered aliens.
Hmm.
And,
But they
but
do encounter skinwalkers because remember the person that we consult with sometimes. She's a Native American. She had a skinwalker that dragged her on the grass when she was outside.
but wasn't that just a angry Native American spirit?
Nah, it was a skinwalker. She told me so.
That's weird because I've never seen unless they from two different tribes. That's
Well,
the
that
only
was
way
the
I
only
can see that
one.
they're not liking each other.
He comes and goes. He has his own way of coming through, and then he goes away, and then he comes and he goes away. So yeah, they can come and go as they please, right?
Right, right, right. I mean, but I don't. I mean, I don't know. I just, is it possible that skinwalkers are just? cryptids that we haven't seen before?
Yeah, but this one didn't like her necklace that she had on.
And what kind of necklace was it?
The same one as I have. The third
The
eye.
eye. Oh, you had the Eye of Ra.
Yeah. We both are connected because we both have the same third eye. And it tried to yank the necklace off of her neck and it tried to strangle her.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
she was all, she came in her house, she called me, she was all bruised up, her knees were all bruised up, her elbows were all bruised up, she had bruises all over, she had scrape marks all over her legs, yeah.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I don't think you told me that story.
And we try not to talk about it. Yeah, we try not to talk about it.
Well, I think stories like that need to be told. See, people, I mean, stories.
I-
Stories are a good way for awareness of the possibility.
Yeah, it broke her chain around her neck too. This
So
chain,
he ended up.
yeah, he ended up breaking her chain. Yeah.
Did he end
Mhm.
up taking it with him?
Nope. She found it on the grass and she brought it in, but the chain is all. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello, Mr. Keith Evans. How you doing this evening, sir? Welcome to NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast Show After Dark. You got any questions for me today, sir? If you do, please put it in the chat and we will answer it to the best of our knowledge. But I got a question for you, though, Mr. Keith Evans. And I am serious because I've been wondering about this. Have you found the descendants, since you are into vampires, have you found the descendants of Van Helsing? Is this guy a myth or is he a legend?
Mm.
Because
Or
if he's
yeah.
a legend and if he really lived, he must have descendants of his bloodline, and his bloodlines have many secrets.
Mm.
And I'm just curious
Mm.
because,
That's a
huh?
that's a good question too.
Yeah, I think if if Van Helsing has descendants, which I'm pretty sure, because if you're born, he's somebody kids, so the bloodline keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody in this century, if it Hollywood, he might be a fairy tale or he might have been real. But
Mm.
he's not really in the history books.
Mm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just curious. I mean, he's in certain books. I'm pretty sure he's in the archives at the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that
Mm-hmm.
he's in the Vatican. I'm pretty sure he's down there in that basement. I'm pretty sure somebody knows where this guy is or who his
Did
ancestors are.
Did you see the video on Facebook about the the nun who her head is in the Vatican? The
No,
her head. Uh, they said that she was uh something about like the opposite of pure is like how would you say demonic?
oh, really?
So yeah, so they locked her up in the Vatican in the basement, and she died, and her head is on display in yeah 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 it's really creepy.
Now, Kevin. I mean, Keith. I'm gonna put what you put out. Uh, and those of you that are in the chat, you guys can read this. But the guys that are on Clapper, I'm gonna have to read this for them. Uh,
Okay.
Chief Evans is an author, guys, on Clapper. His specialty is vampires. So I asked him a question about Van Helsing and his descendants. Uh, do you think there is an offspring that is alive now? Around here, and he said he's not really up to it. Up on Van Helsing, but as I think it's been like seen in multiple centuries, I've always wondered that he may be fictional. Huh. Ah, but I think we need to just ask the people at the Vatican because we all know the history of this guy, right? Whenever there was something that the Vatican couldn't explain, they were
Mm-hmm.
always sent out what? Van Helsing. And to me, and he will always be our very first paranormal investigator.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you guys disagree with me or not. Van, I mean, there are other people in the states that were first paranormal investigators, but you got to look at the
Yeah.
timeline
Mm-hmm.
when where the church, the Catholic Church, went actually into stuff like this. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about 16th, 15th, 14th,
Yeah.
17th centuries, hundreds of
Yeah.
years. Where this guy was doing this, and
Mm-hmm.
from what I was told, he couldn't, he was immortal. I don't know if that was true or not, but he lived for a very long time.
Mm.
He lived for a very long time. So I'm just curious about that. I mean, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if he really existed or does he have ancestors? I mean, does he have an offspring that's here? You know, uh, and if that's the case, that's telling me that
Mm-hmm.
black, black was real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they were arch enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, Count Dracula. You can't
Mm-hmm.
have Count Dracula without having, Van Helsing. They
Yeah.
were one and one. They were together. They constantly fought each other, and
Uh,
it is
what he,
ironic,
I wonder what
huh?
he thinks about Dracula. I wonder what he thinks about the blood sucking Dracula. Do you think that it did exist? Because I know Count Dracula was a was a prince of darkness. Okay, he tried to prevent others from taking over the land in Romania. Okay, I understand that. That's why he did what he did. He was protecting his land. But do you think that there's a myth between drinking blood and stuff like that? Because people call it satanic, but I don't. I think there's a really hocus pocus thing about satanic, about that. I don't think Count Dracula was satanic either. I'm sorry,
I don't, that once again, that's Hollywood that portrayed him to be like
Yeah, yeah, and I
that.
don't he was satanic. I don't think yeah, there's a lot of weird things. But in Romania, they still have certain rituals that they do at nighttime. Yeah, go they don't go out at certain times of the night. They make sure that everyone's safe inside and the doors are closed, and they do certain things to make sure the house is safe at night.
Hey, I, oh yeah, nah,
Not that I know of. He has his living relatives, and I'm not aware of any. Ooh,
Hmm.
okay.
Not that
Interesting.
I know he has any living relatives. I'm not aware of any. Is it
Mm,
possible? It possibly with throughout the centuries, you know, the way this whole thing is set up, he could have had a daughter and had the name changed.
yeah.
So that right there could have killed the name. So it might be possible that a descendant could be alive and just have a different name.
Would it be also that Van Helsing, would he also, I think that he had abilities, right? I don't know what it was. I think he had certain abilities. I think like being a empath or being like a clairvoyant. I know it's passed down to generations. I know if one person had, the whole family would have, or could skip a generation and go to another. It could go passed down to your children. I wonder if he had. I wonder if any of his family would have the same kind of ability as he had, like in that area, right?
That would be interesting. I don't know,
Yeah,
but I think their first business would be uh, to carry on their legacy of
yeah,
what their ancestors did, and that
yeah.
would be to uh, destroy vampires.
And the bloodline, right? The bloodline of Van Helsing, would it be passed down to his children, his grandchildren, and and the great grandchildren? That'd be interesting too.
Yeah, Keith said, Count Dracula was probably, narcissistic and a serial killer. But here's the thing, dude. You can't have two serial killers in the same century in the same town
No, no,
because at
no.
that time, what's his name was running around in London killing people.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
what
Jack
was
the
his name?
Ripper.
Jack the
Jack the Ripper.
Ripper.
Yeah,
But that might be two different timelines. So
yeah.
Dracula, we're looking. You know what? I'm not sure if somebody can tell me what century Jack the Ripper was killing people in London compared to what Dracula was doing in Romania.
Yeah.
You have to be in probably around the same timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody can answer that, please put it in the chat because I'm a bit curious on how that whole situation worked.
But
You
remember,
know,
Jack the Ripper preyed on prostitutes, women of the evening, and what he did to them, he disemboweled women's um mm, parts. Um, he didn't go after men. He
right?
um
You're actually right.
yeah, and he also had a knowledge about um anatomy of body anatomy, right? So
So you're saying he could have been a doctor of some sort.
yeah, because he knew where all those parts were in a woman. Like it's
Yeah, that's weird.
like Terry. I would say, hey Terry, okay, what part of a woman's body is anatomy is what? And you say, huh? like like I don't
Right?
know.
'Cause I couldn't tell
So
you where, any body parts of a woman is.
yeah,
I know that
and
some of the
how
body
could
parts are totally different from men.
how could he know? And how would he know where to cut that out? Yeah, that's the kind of right. Yeah, so you have
Yeah.
to have.
Hey, yeah. Hey, New York Paranormal, how you doing today, brother? Appreciate you joining the show, man. I know it's cold as hell up there. I appreciate
We're
you
talking about
guys joining me. Yeah. Uh, If you guys got any comments, man, it's open mic night. Please leave it in the chat if you got, or jump on over to NSPS Paranormal Podcast. You can
Mhm,
join us live. Oh, you
yeah,
can join us live either way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
Anything heebie-jeebies, that's what we like to talk about.
yeah, Anything, all things paranormal, man. Uh,
Yeah.
oh, dude, we're talking about maybe uh, 200 to 300 years later. Jack the Ripper was killing in the 1820s, I think.
Yeah.
That's what Keith are saying. And
Hmm.
you know, Count Dracula had to be in what, Keith, 15th, 16th century?
Yeah.
Hell, yeah. At least where Hollywood is portraying to where he was had to be in the 15th. For some reason I'm saying 15th, 16th century,
Hmm.
and that's a
Yeah.
couple of hundred years
Yeah.
later than what Jack is doing.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy about Jack the Ripper? I don't even think they ever found out who Jack the Ripper was.
They had there's this distant relative who lives in the United States. Uh, he said his one of he said his I forgot what it was, but it was his relative that was Jack the Ripper. I remember watching it on Facebook.
Yeah, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, Jack. Yeah. So Keith was like, I'm gonna put this up in the chat, guys, so you guys can see it. You guys on Instagram should be able to see this also. 15th, 16th century.
Yeah.
I don't even think the United States was even discovered yet. No, matter of fact, I know it wasn't even. They weren't even. This country wasn't even around at that time. You know what I'm saying? The Native Americans were still doing they were big pimping back then. They were doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were, man. But you know what, Irene? And I had a discussion with a guy at work, and I was telling him about me being a paranormal investigator, and he's asking me why do I do what I do. And and like I tell everybody else, curious minds want to know. We want to know what's going on. As a human, that's what I'm bred to do. I'm curious.
Hmm.
So we start speaking on certain topics, uh, and he was bluntly, he was blunt with me. He say, uh, parapsychology will never be a part of the scientific community. No matter how much evidence that we produce to the scientific world, it would never be enough compared to archaeologists, compared to other people that are sitting at the table. And like I told him, I'm like, yeah, archaeologists.
You know, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. In this country, paranormal investigating is like new. But if it, because more people are going to school, more people are getting degrees, and it's more like being more analytical. The young people are more analytical. So if it doesn't jump out in front of you, if you can't feel it, if you can't touch it, if you can't see it, they don't believe it, right?
Right.
There you go. If you can't see it, if you can't feel it, if you can't touch it, and they don't believe in it, right? So they have to be able to see it, feel it, touch it, and talk to it. That's
Okay,
another word.
but here's the I mean, let's throw this out here. The wind, you don't see it,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
feel it. I mean, you don't see it. You know
no,
it's there,
yeah,
right?
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? There's different things that we can see, we can't see, but we can feel. We
mm-hmm,
know it's there.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? I don't. Today's generation just needs to read up on their studies a little bit more. And
yeah,
I already know what they're gonna say.
yeah,
I already know what they're gonna
It's
say.
a whole bunch of
But
malarkey that's all in your head.
but not just that, Irene. He says ufology is just as bottom to the ground as uh parapsychology.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He actually had a pecking order
Mm-hmm.
at the bottom of the list. He was
Yeah.
like parapsychologists, ufologists, cryptids. I mean, cryptids, and Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He said none of these four things we've actually got proof that they exist.
Yeah. So there you go. If you can't see it, feel it, touch it, and if you can't talk to it, forget it. We're not interested.
Yeah, and I think that's what the scientific community is basically saying to us. So the biggest question is, what is enough? What evidence do they actually want? You know,
They,
is
yeah, they want to be able to see it, feel it, touch it, and talk to it.
okay. What about if I present it? If I take, if I get together and I say, hey, I can prove that spirits exist. I can take this spirit to the Vatican. What do you think the Vatican would do with that spirit if I came to them, knocked on their front door, and say, "Hey, here's the proof that you need"? He'd be locked up in that vault so fast he wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah. Or I'd be locked up in that vault, or you'd be locked up in that vault so fast they wouldn't know what to say either.
Yeah, I'll be right there with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
I'll be right. But if I was to take him to present him to the scientific community, if I present him to all the professors, all the people that are in the parapsychology, if I was to
Mm,
bring this individual in front of them, will that still be enough to prove that there is something going on in the other side? If you guys think that would be enough, give me a thumbs up in the chat.
yeah. You see, sometimes when with my with my with what I see, I can't explain it where I see. I can't explain it how I see it. Sometimes they show me what they wear, and then it's like, where do I find it? I don't know where I find it. It's inside me where I find it. Like, this lady is gray. She's got gray hair, done up in a tight bun in the back of her head. She wears a black dress, a frilly white uh, apron from here to here. Yeah, I can't tell you where I find it. I just see it. And I
And
can't tell you where it is. I can't tell you that. And I can't tell you how I hear it, how I see it, how I feel. I can't tell you that, but it's there. And you just know, right?
hey, Kevin, once again, you're right because I think we would be wasting our time with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, Irene, Kevin, once again, hit it perfect. He said we'll be wasting our time with the whole situation.
Yeah. That's why I just yeah. That's why there's only a few people who know what I do. And I don't bother telling anybody else cuz you know, I just can't be bothered.
So how do people? So when people see strange phenomena, seeing strange paranormal phenomenon, people. The craziest thing, Irene, there's cameras everywhere.
Huh?
There's cameras everywhere in your
Yeah.
house, your bathroom. People
Yeah.
has a cell phone and has a camera on it. Cameras
Yeah.
are everywhere.
Yeah.
People are video recording this phenomenon.
Yeah.
How is it not? I don't understand how it's not enough.
I
I,
don't think they'll say, "Oh, it's been doctored." or you messed with it, or you messed with the programming, or you did something to it to make it look okay. Yeah. I'm
Uh,
like they say about digital cameras. Oh, you double exposed it. I go, or you moved the camera up and down to make it look like, yeah, and you took the picture. Okay, yeah.
Irene,
Like,
Keith wants to know your full name. Irene, I'm gonna let you do that.
yeah, yeah. On Facebook, my name is Irene Tokumama, but my last name is Tokura. That's my last name. It's Tokura. But yeah, that's my name.
Okay, guys. You know, once again, I don't know what to say about this because there's too much going on. There's a lot of evidence. You know how much evidence is thrown out the window every day.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's not enough. Oh yeah, yeah, no, 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 no. You know, with the invention of AI now,
Hmm.
we're gonna have. You know what? With AI, we're gonna have to go back to old school video recording,
Yep.
where there's no we can't generate AI with it with those old Polaroid cameras with the you can pop the film in the video recorder and just do it like that.
You know where I get most of my the stuff that I get with paranormal? The news, Google News. They show pictures of tragedy, right? And then they have a professional journalist photographer take pictures. You know what? 90% of the time the pictures are haunted, right? And they don't even know it.
Right, right.
So,
Hey,
if you want to look for interesting, crazy paranormal pictures, Google News, news agencies take pictures of the tragedy or what happened afterwards. Uh a car accident, fires, whatever, right? And
mhm.
if you take a look at the picture, you download it, and then you kind of like increase the view and look right inside the picture. Oh my god. You can see a lot in there, right? So, it's your everyday photographs of tragedy, of what happened, accidents, whatever, fires, um stuff like that, car accidents, on the scene car accidents right afterwards. Yeah, they show a lot of paranormal activity.
And another thing, if people, the craziest thing, those old Polaroids,
Yeah.
guys, I'm telling you, if you go look
Yeah.
at your old pictures and blow him up. Today, you can go to Walgreens and blow him up. You
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't believe some of the
Hmm.
anomalies that you would see in some of those
Oh
old
yeah.
pictures.
Oh
You'll
yeah.
see, oh man, people that shouldn't even be in the pictures are there. And you're like, dude, that guy's not part of the family. Who in the hell is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. And 35 millimeter camera, they have negatives, right? And negatives, you can't mess with it, right? You can't screw around with a negative. And sometimes, some of the things, like I used to develop pictures long time ago when I was working, and there's a lot of stuff what you can see on a negative that you can't
Oh yeah,
see. It's plain as day on the negative, and yeah, you can't stick it in there, right? Because it's in.
you can't.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't manipulate a negative.
No, no, no.
There's
And
no way.
what I used to buy. I don't know if you can buy it now. 1600 speed film, right? It's a professional high speed film, and it lets the light in the lens. It brings in a lot of light in the lens, especially in dark places. And man, if you knew how to use that picture, it can be a little bit grainy, but yeah, give it a little, take a little, right? But high speed films are really cool. Um, if you get 1,000 high speed film, I used to use 1,600 speed film because, yeah, I know how to take pictures and I know how to use my film because that was my hobby. I used to like photography. So when you learn how to do that, when you're in a dark place, you open up the lens so the light can go refract in the lens and through the glass and through the mirrors, and it creates interesting picture of it in a dark place in a park or someplace or in a building that's old and freaky. You might find something that goes bump in the night.
Oh wow. You'd be surprised what you might see or what you might catch.
Yeah.
Uh,
And be careful what you wish for too.
oh, definitely. Because you know what? Pictures can haunt you.
Yep, 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 yep.
Pictures can haunt you. You think that
Mm,
pictures are innocent.
no, no,
I know some pictures that will scare the shit out of you.
yeah. So are some videos. The videos that are here, I don't up. They're on YouTube everywhere, right? And I don't upload them for the same reason because they're not blessed. And if they're not blessed a certain way, you cannot upload them. And there's a lot of times where people have watched certain videos that have perished after watching them.
Mm, yeah, yeah. You're
You know,
absolutely right on.
you have to in this field. If you like paranormal, right? You have to be you have to have a certain responsibility of what you can upload and what you cannot upload. Who who can see that video, who cannot see that video. Same thing as a picture, who can see that picture, who cannot see that picture. It's you have to be kind of like responsible for it because the dude that watches that video or sees that picture may be a greenie, may not know a hell of a lot, maybe just come into it and really doesn't know how to protect themselves while looking at the video, while we're looking at that picture. Yeah, it can be dangerous, right? It's not easy. It's a very it can be kind of dangerous if you're not careful.
Right, right. Got Keith. You know what? I I said that also. I said I've never captured. I've never had any luck capturing anything paranormal. But sometimes just taking a picture, dude, yeah, a plain picture, hey, something can be in there.
Yep,
You would never even know.
yep,
And I caught some amazing stuff. I'm like, well, what the hell is that? How did that get in there?
yeah. And
I
also,
caught some amazing stuff.
if you have, everyone has that sixth sense, okay? If they say, okay, like if it tells your body tells you take a picture here now, do it, and you do it, 90% of the time you will pick up something, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get
Yep.
that little thing in your head saying you better take a picture here right now at that time and do it right there and take one there and take one there, it means that they want you to take a picture when they want to show you that there's something in that picture.
Right. You remember that picture you told me to take when what were we doing? We were sitting at the table one day
Nope,
and
you were
you
in
told
your home. You were in your home, sitting on the
yeah.
sofa, right?
No, no,
And you
no.
were
I
talking
was
to
sitting
your
at the table.
son.
Remember, I was sitting at the table.
Yeah, and you were talking to your son on your cell phone, right? And you had me
Right?
on uh, i- and you had me on your computer.
Right.
And you said, "There's something cold here." I said, "Take a picture." I said, "Take a picture now," because it was telling me to take a picture now. and you did. And guess what? Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy? I share, I like people to tell me what they see. And
Yeah.
when I shared that picture with a couple other psychic mediums,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what they told me?
Mm-mm.
I didn't tell them who it was or what it was, or
Mm-hmm.
or what even what what we were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, and to me, it was like a one big haze, one little yellow haze that's right above me.
Mm-hmm.
And we, like I said, we turn around, click, 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 we clicked it, and they like, there's a lady in that picture and a man, a very tall man,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I okay, what does this man look like? And he's like, he's tall, uh, but they didn't want to go into more details. Oh, Kevin, I got that picture. I'm gonna see if I can find it, and I'm gonna send it to you. And
And
he, go ahead. And they said, well, when it comes to the lady, and I'm like, okay, describe the lady, and she's like, oh, she's very pretty, and I'm like, what else do you see about her? I mean, tell me the features. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you see.
mm-hmm.
I know she's pretty, but tell me what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she had long brown hair. She had greenish gray eyes. And I'm like, okay, and I'm saying and what really shocks them, every time I tell them who those people are, they're in
Mm-hmm.
shock.
Yeah.
They are in
Yeah.
shock. I'm like, okay, the first person you described, the man describes, was my grandpa.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how far down he goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking probably slavery days,
Yeah.
but the lady that is with him is my wife.
Yeah.
They are together,
Yeah.
and
Because remember, I put those two together,
yeah,
and that proves that I did it. And that proves,
and you see how everything circles itself. I didn't
yeah.
have to have validate. I mean, I didn't want to prove you were wrong or right. You put
Yeah.
it out there. I shared it, and what you said, everybody else collaborated with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm telling you, I've seen some things, and I've seen some things I can't explain, and I've done some things I can't explain. So I'm telling you guys, there is something out there that's waiting for us in
But
the next life.
remember that when that picture was taken, your wife didn't die that long ago, right? When that picture was taken, right?
Uh, it hasn't been a month,
Yeah,
maybe
because that was
two.
that uncle. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It was in April or something like that, right?
yeah, it was a month. Yeah, it will be a month or two, because I know the anniversary of her burying is March 27th, and that's coming up.
Yeah.
I think she passed away early March. I'm gonna have to look into that and see what the
Hmm.
actual date that she had her accident in, and
But
look
that's
into that.
weird, right? That's really weird because
Dude, that is weird. And and what's even weirder is that my cat stares in the bedroom
yeah.
like he's looking at something. He'll come right to the doorway
Hmm.
coming from the living room, because I got you. Either you can go through the bathroom to get to the bedroom, or you can go through the living room to get. He'll stop in the bedroom. He'll stop halfway in the bedroom, look
Hmm.
for a good 5 or 6 seconds, like he's focused. He's focused on something, and I'm like, uh, She passed away in 2023, Keith,
Yeah.
and he was fixed on something in that bath, and he does it in the bathroom too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, if you don't calm down, you know what I'm saying? I know, you know, guys, I'm telling you, people are they are here, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you think about it or not. Your relatives are always around you.
Yeah. And
Some
it
are
wasn't a
protecting you.
haunting. It wasn't a haunting. It was a visitation. Okay. And there are
Yeah,
two different words. There, a haunting is a haunting where something you don't expect to be there. That it's not your family or anybody else. It's just something there, and it can be nasty, it can be cool, it can be like, yeah, like, don't bother me. And visitation is like a family member or somebody who is a loved one who passed, who wants to give you a message or wants to protect you. That's a two different things, but yeah.
and you know what crazy thing? There are family members that you're God that everybody's close to.
Yeah.
Grandmother,
Yeah.
grandfather, aunts, uncles, cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They all, some of them passed away pretty early, some of them passed pretty old. Some of
Mm-hmm.
them, and what's the craziest thing is, some of your elders that have passed away,
Mm-hmm.
they are more curious about the ones that they grew up with. So when
Yeah.
they die,
Mm-hmm.
they go back and visit those people. They don't come much and they'll come in and visit you, but they want to go and hang out with some of the relatives that was before them. And that's my thinking on that. And that's
Yep.
why sometimes when we always talk about it, how's that spirit that died in the 70s, why not and 70s, 60s, 50s, what do they do? Because there are some graves you just can't get no communication out of.
And
You know?
sometimes if they call on you, remember, you weren't used to it, but that certain era, he said, "Hi, hey boy, remember to you?" And you said, "Huh?" And yeah, from you, um, that era is totally different than what you're used to it. It could be derogatory depending
Yeah,
on how you look at it, right? But in his
right.
era, that's what he used to use. That's that tone, and that's that words that he used to use. And nowadays it can be a negative uh
Terminology.
impact, yeah, impact on you by saying somebody calling, "Hey boy," like, and that's how he called you, and he didn't mean it as something rude. It's just the way that they called them. They called another family member at that time and at that era. So you have to be really understanding about the tone of their voice, what they called you, what names that they used to call you, because you can't get offended. You have to
No,
really
I mean
understand.
it was just shocking that he an elder. The thing about an elder, if an elder has called you boy,
Mhm.
that's because that's what you are to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
And
Uh,
his then in his time, that's what he called a young person, right? Or
right,
somebody, and he loved in his family would be called, "Hey boy," right? He'd call you that. But you must understand his time and era, and
right.
that's what they use. That's the tone that they use, and that's the words that they used. And so you have to put your head in a different
In a
space.
different place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because today's generation, you mentioned the B word. Hey, they want to fight. No matter what you are. You're
And fighting
disrespecting me.
words, right?
You know,
Yeah, them
yeah.
fighting
And
words.
I'm like,
You
dude,
know,
shut
boy.
the hell up.
Yeah, remember, and you
You know
remember the
what?
first time when I told you that you said, "Wait a second, Yeah, and you really did. You really were. You kind of like didn't like that in the beginning when I told you that. When I said that, he goes, like you were really unhappy about that word." And I said, "Well, you got to think about his time and his era, right? Because that's what they use. That's the tone, and that's the words that they used. And you were you were somebody young to him, and that's the way they called you. And you go,
Yeah,
okay, I
yeah.
get it.
I mean, I can't get mad
Mm.
at
But it,
that
yeah,
situation because he's more wiser than me, and I will
yeah,
never be as old as him.
no,
So hey, I can't not
yeah,
tell
they're
him
not.
not to because
Yeah,
that wouldn't be right.
yeah, yeah. And you can't say them's fighting words. You can't be fighting words because that's the way that they spoke back then, right? In that
Exactly.
tone and time and era, right? It's not
Exactly.
like today. He doesn't understand that, right? And plus, it took me a long time for him to get used to me because back then, people like us were called witches, right? uh, and I don't know, we weren't we weren't very much liked back then, right? so
Right. Right. And
so it took me
you're actually right. You would. Whoo, you be at the stake right now. I have to come rescue you.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, because he wasn't used to me talking to him, and he gave a really weird look, and he wouldn't open up to me for a very long time. It was really hard back then. It was extremely hard for him to get to know me and to understand what I do. And yeah, but we
Well,
managed.
well, I mean, we accomplished a lot,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know. But like I always say,
yeah,
he didn't have to do what he did. He didn't
no,
have to.
no.
I don't know
He did.
why.
He didn't have to come out. All of a sudden, he
No,
came out and said, "Huh, huh?" Like, huh? Who are you? I don't know you.
no. I mean, he did. And which I don't. The biggest question is why? Why did he before the others?
Yeah,
Because there were others that should have came out. There was
yeah,
others that were passed away that knew Penny
yeah,
passed away.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how is that somebody he didn't know? He
Mm-hmm.
he he basically rescued somebody he didn't know.
Nope. No,
You know what
and
I'm saying?
why would he come out to me? Why would he come to me too? That was really weird too. Like, huh?
You know, another thing, would he have come out if she didn't have my last name?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's the part where I'm scratching my head and going, nah,
Hell,
what?
I scratched my head on that too.
Yeah, like, oh shit. I would like to remember I told you that. You said what?
Well, and these are the type of stories that
Yeah,
I will take to my grave because nobody believes it.
yeah. And
I
you know,
couldn't tell
it,
anybody what I know.
no, nope, nope. Now you know how I feel, right?
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell anybody. If somebody was to ask me about that, and I would tell them, I wouldn't know if they would believe me or not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why
You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of like,
But you
I'm
know
like
what?
this.
Yeah, appreciate it, Keith. I really do.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Uh,
her either, but yeah, she comes to me and talks to me too.
but she never would. Devil's advocate. Let's play. Hey, let's play devil's advocate for a minute.
Okay.
If if I didn't know you,
Nope.
what kind of situation would this be?
You wouldn't be doing this right now if yeah, you wouldn't be here doing this.
You don't think I'll be back on the podcast?
Nope.
Interesting.
You'll be sulking.
I'll be what?
You'll be sulking.
After 3 years, you think I'll still be?
Yep.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Hey, I know so.
But I would be, you know what? I would be angry too.
I know. You'll be like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah."
I'd be a angry little bear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And another thing, I would isolate myself from the rest of the world.
yeah, yeah. But imagine that. I came up and I talked to you and you said, huh? You were
And you
like
know
that.
what? I went back. I tried to go back
Mm-hmm.
and look the day, the look for the date that you first reached out to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's on your old Facebook Messenger or on your new. No, because you got hacked and you had to create a new account. So it
Yeah.
was definitely on your old Messenger.
Yeah. 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 And I said, I could help you. Go, what? Yes, eh. Yeah,
What?
it was one freaky situation.
But you know what? My heart started when you said that. My heart started beating fast
Yeah. Yeah.
because I was going, and don't get me wrong, I was going to a source
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't. Well, I was trying to stuck between a hard and a rock and a hard place
Yeah.
because I didn't know you at the time, but I did know my aunt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, oh boy, well, those were fireworks, wasn't it? That day, that was fireworks. And I'm like, oh my god, we're about to go through this crap. But
Yeah.
the
It
craziest
didn't
thing,
work that good. It wasn't a good one.
but I seen valid sides of both of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen both. I've seen actually the both. I've seen the left and the right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, but she wanted the individual to pay for her sins.
Yeah.
But you were like, all right, Terry, get your thumb out your ass. You need to make a decision here.
Yeah.
Forgive, forget, or be angry for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Which one
And
is
you
it
know
gonna
what? You
be?
can't kick a dead horse. You can't kick a dead horse, okay? That's one thing I taught you in the beginning. You can't kick a dead horse.
No.
He wants to know how we met.
Oh well, Keith, that's a great question. I'm gonna let Irene handle it. It's
No,
all
no, no,
yours, Irene. No, 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 no. It's all yours. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch the show.
oh, okay. Terry had a podcast, okay, and I don't know like it was on my videos where I can watch it on Facebook, and his podcast came out, and I watched it. I said hi, and yeah, and then that was the first time when he saw me, and then that was it. And then all of a sudden, he said that his wife passed. I said, and I gave him, I messaged him, hey, I can help you with that. You know, I can help you with, I can create closure if you want me to, and I can talk to your wife. I have the ability to do that. Um, spirits in transition and people in transition when they're dying, and people who have passed away after transition or in the middle of transition, I can sometimes talk to them. And that's my, I call that my job now because that's what I do on the side. um I help people who have dying relatives or who have passed away relatives and who just want closure. and and I told Terry, I could help you with that. I could talk to your wife. He goes, huh? Like he thought he thought it was cuckoo. And it was really weird. And I messaged him, and then we talked for a couple times, missing each other. And then I said, okay, why don't you call me on Messenger and maybe we can talk more because I can't. There's no damn way I'm gonna write it down. I'm not gonna type my what I know on Messenger for him. And yeah, that's
Right,
how we met.
right.
And
And
yeah,
the
it was
rest is history, Keith.
yeah.
Today okay,
Go,
guys, we have switched over from Clapper to we are now on TikTok Live. So,
wow.
guys, all you guys on TikTok, hello, welcome to the show. This is NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast After Dark. How you
Mm,
guys doing this evening?
yeah.
I'm sitting here with my co-host Irene. Uh, you guys won't be able to see her, but you can hear her. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the chat, all you guys that are on, and what's the craziest thing? I got people on Instagram to my right, and I got TikTok on the left, and I got
Mm-hmm.
all the other you guys right here in the center. So hey guys, welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to the show. I really appreciate you guys joining me. Keith, that night, that day, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it scared the hell out of me. You know, and I'm just being honest. It scared the hell out of me because I was going through a moment in my life where every person on this planet is going to have to go through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just the way we are.
Yeah.
What's up, Vortex Ghost? How you doing today? Welcome to the show. I appreciate you joining us. Uh, if you got any
It's fun.
comments, anything
I
about the
remember
paranormal you
your
want to
children,
ask, please
right?
ask. Huh?
I remember meeting your children, right? And your eldest son said, "What am I thinking?" I said, "I don't know. How in the hell should I know? I'm not mad at Medusa."
Yeah.
What am I thinking of? How the hell should I know? Like, I don't know what the heck you're thinking of, right? Yeah, it doesn't work. It don't work that way, It's not like you put a coin in and this thing with the snakes in their head come out and they tell you a fortune. I'm not a fortune teller. Sorry, I don't
Right,
do that.
right. And that's one of the things the new generation has to understand that
Yeah,
there's different levels to this thing. What they wanted to know
yeah.
is they want what is it? They put the mask on. We don't do astral projection.
No.
Astral projection is something that only a select people I know can do.
Well, I do. I can do that.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can do it, you're a bad person. Now, can you astral project and come over here and cook dinner?
No, I can only walk through your house.
Oh, see, she can walk through the house. Astral projection, dude, is something that the military used, and I think they started back in the 40s and 50s. But they're still doing it today. I've seen a podcast where they're still doing it today, and these guys are so strong, Irene. They're not just astral projecting here in the states; they are astral projecting on the moon, on Mars, other planets. Whose mind is that strong to do that?
Well, you know what? Remember the old woman who passed away in your prime? I knew that she was there. I said, you gotta cleanse your house, and you go nah. And I said, yes, you do. And she goes, you go nah. And I said, you. And I said, you have an old woman walking around in your house. You have a little boy too, and you go nah. Remember?
But see, the thing is, they never physically, they never physically bothered me. They were just quiet. They were just doing their thing or whatever that they were doing, and I just never, nothing came up missing. Nothing. I mean, it was just a cool apartment.
Hmm.
But just to make sure that you was right, I did ask the next door neighbor, and they did say yes, somebody died in the apartment. and they discovered her a couple of days after she had passed away.
See?
Oh, cool. Kevin, you are so right about that. You are so right about that. Because I'm telling you, whenever I can tell when my wife is here because I'm in the kitchen and my lights above my in the kitchen always blinks. Always blinks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I know she's there with me. God damn it, if she's there, she need to goddamn cook.
Why don't you invite Keith up?
Huh?
Why don't you invite him?
Uh,
I gotta
invite.
get some, yeah, I gotta get a juice. Just I gotta get a soda. Hold on. Oh my.
Keith,
Ooh,
what city are you in?
he's on Facebook.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking. I think he's on. You on the West Coast or the Midwest? What's up, guys? All you guys on TikTok, how you guys doing? I appreciate you guys joining the show. We just left Clapper, and now we're on TikTok. So hey, thanks, man. Make sure you guys go hit that follow button. I am trying to reach 1,000 followers by the end of the night. If you guys can reach that, that will be help me out. I'm able to go live on my laptop and I'm able to do more and I'm able to show cool content with you guys. So hey, please feel free to do that. I would appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah, Keith. Every time I go in the kitchen, like today when I was cooking, the lights blink.
remember when you had a lady make supper in in your apartment because something was going on with her place, and I said, and then she got pissed.
Yeah.
You got mad.
Oh, and you know what? Guess who came to my house last night?
Wow.
Tony. Tony was here last night. Oh, he's in Tallahassee. Okay. Tony was here last night and he was like, he was kept sneezing. He sneezed like 5 times. And he's
Hmm.
like, dude, and he's sensitive too. He's like, man, your wife don't like me being here. And I'm like, why? Oh, because we're about to go out and talk to women and she don't like that.
Nope.
And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh my
Remember
God.
she remember she got mad because you had somebody cooking in your kitchen and she got really pissed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How did she even know that? Keith, she knew that. She told me before I even and I didn't even tell nobody.
Yeah.
So that right there tells me a lot. Guys, if you're on TikTok, please zoom over to my TikTok page, hit that follow. Hey, let's get these numbers up, man. I need to hit 1,000 followers so I can go live and stream the podcast live for you guys to see everything that I'm seeing on the podcast show tonight.
Oh,
So please,
remember, and Terry, remember I remember I said to you, and you didn't tell me what you did, what happened. You didn't tell me what you
uh,
did. Terry, I said, Terry, did you have a woman in your place making supper in your kitchen? You said, I didn't tell you that. And I said, yeah, well, she told me that. She got really pissed
no,
off at you. And she
I
said,
did
she
not
don't
tell
want
you that.
no, and she said, she don't want no hole in her kitchen. That's what
Well, see, the thing is, how is that? I can't be lonely forever. I got to get a girlfriend eventually.
but yeah, she said, I don't want no hole in my kitchen. She said,
Mm.
And he
Yeah,
said,
that
"Huh?" He said, "I didn't tell you anything about that." I said, "Well, yeah, she just told me what." And she said she wasn't very happy. She wasn't very happy about it, and she got mad. And I said, "You said, how do you know?" I said, "Well."
yeah, she was not happy, not a happy camper.
Oh, she got really mad. And you said, "How do I know about that?" "Well, she told me." And you go, and you, you didn't even tell me about it. You just, yeah, you kept quiet about that. And then when I found out, you said, "Huh?" like, yeah, you freaked out because I found out and I told you, and you said, "I didn't tell you anything about that. How'd you know?" Because
Right,
she
right.
told me.
Yeah. Irene, Keith wants to know, do you still communicate with my wife?
Does your wife, does his what? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they be talking that weird stuff. You know,
Yeah,
and the thing about it, Keith, is if I was to tell people that, they would think they will lock me up.
yeah. Keith,
They
I'll
will
tell
literally
you,
lock me up.
his wife is here. His grandfather's here.
They will lock me up and throw away the key.
Y-
That's how they would
Well,
do it.
yeah. Well, they lock both of us up, right?
You
That's
have
right.
to believe. Yeah. Do, but here's the question: do you believe? Okay, here you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
There you go, Irene. That's our questions for you.
Oh,
Yes, she does. And
um, if she wants to send a message to me, if she wants to tell me about something, if she's worried about something, um, if she wants to tell me about something that's going on with Terry, she'll tell me. If there's gonna be a death in the family, she'll tell me. With her family, she'll tell me. Certain things, private things, she'll talk to me about it. Uh, s- like off the beats things. Uh, she'll tell me about the children. Um, if there's a problem with the children, she'll tell me. And yeah, there's all kinds, like, um yeah, I tell you, some of the information that I get, like, I didn't plan to do this, right?
oh,
And sometimes I say, "Why me?" And yeah, and there was one relative that was on Terry's wife's side that died. She came to me in the middle of the night and said, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, really? Like, and it feels like you didn't get any sleep. Like, mm. And I messaged Terry. Go, "You know what? I didn't get any sleep." He go, "Why?" "Because you know what? Somebody came to me and asked me for help, and then his wife and his grandpa said, 'You got to get out of. You can't bother.'" And I feel like I've been hit by 300 cars all at once, and like, yeah, on the back of caboose. That's how I felt. I said, "Oh." And I was so
yeah,
exhausted like, that next day, and I had to tell him, like, "Gee whiz," and yeah. So the things that happened, the relatives that came to me, like, nah, I'm not really prepared to do this. Why me? Like, stuff. Yeah, it's really weird.
yeah, it is weird. You know, uh, people think that what I do is weird. You know,
And
I'm a black paranormal investigator, but
and
I'm telling you guys what I've seen and what I saw and what I've learned.
yeah,
Well, you guys would not understand.
yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things. You guys would not understand. You know, or either shit, you'll go lock yourself up in a closet somewhere.
Especially remember the residential that we did together, like. you were looking up, you saw all those things that were happening in the dining room. He said, "Did you see that?" I said, "No, I can't see that. I'm busy doing other stuff, right? I'm busy doing this. I'm busy trying to find this child." And I said, "No." And yeah, like when you stir, when I stir things up, yeah, it really gets going.
Yeah, it gets going big time.
Yeah,
Uh,
Re-
but
residentials are my favorite. That's my favorite. So yeah, like
I'm like
I got a couple on my belt. Like, I mm,
I
about
like
20, about
I
20.
like
I do.
I like residentials too.
Yeah,
But in residential cases, you kind of have an idea on what
yeah.
on what's going on. But if you're doing like a uh, well, you know what?
Not really. Depends on what it is. I find the spirits in America are a lot more tame than the spirits here. Um, you can work with them a lot easier there in America than the ones in Japan. So it they'll work with you or they'll listen to you. The ones here, and that's why I don't do anything paranormal here. I just refuse to unless I have a backup, unless I have somebody next to me, because I'm all alone when I'm doing this, right? So yeah, it's me by myself and I and Terry over there. So it's really hard. But when we do residentials together, like he's watching what's going on and I'm the one who's got my eyes closed and I can't I'm concentrating on what there is. And it's I have a near close to 20 residentials down under my belt. So every residential is different and every spirit is different and every situation is different. So
Yeah, and communicate. I mean, don't we communicate when we're spirits when we're investigating? So what's the difference between somebody who's a sensitive communing with spirits compared to a paranormal investigator trying to communicate with a spirit?
yeah,
We're both trying to figure out almost the same thing.
yeah,
What do you want? We
yeah.
always try to ask some of the basic questions.
And
You know,
some of the dark ones have really a potty mouth. Like I've been told to blank off so many times. You like it's kind of I can laugh at it now, but yeah, when I'm in that session, I go, "No, you're not gonna tell me to blank off." I've done that before. I've been there before. Yeah, that doesn't bother me. And no, I'm not gonna get started. On no, I'm not gonna leave. And no, I'm not gonna move away. And no, I'm not gonna stop. You just have to know, hold your position and and be as I don't know, how would you call it, right?
you know,
Yeah,
but
you have to be. You can't be possessive. You have to be really. You have to use things with conviction. You have to say your words that you mean it, and when you make a prayer, you have to say that you mean it. So yeah,
and you have to you choose the words the right words wisely.
yeah, yeah.
You don't
Sometimes
want
you can't.
to.
You can't.
Well,
Sometimes you can't.
yeah, sometimes, but see, it seems like it's to me, it seems like it's a double-edged sword. They can say what you want, they can cuss you out, but you
Hmm.
still got to show respect.
Yeah,
You, you you see
and
that,
then
and
there's some that will not respect you no matter what. And you have to say it
yeah,
with the too. So you can't be soft. You have to be extremely strong. You have to be, yeah. You have to stand up and have a backbone. That's what it means when you're kicking
yeah, you
some.
got to have a back. But here's the thing: you can have a backbone, but in a respectful kind of way.
Yeah, yeah,
Be
yeah,
firm, have a firm backside, have a strong backbone. But yet, even though they're not being respectful to you,
Hmm.
You still got to be respectful and cordial with them, even though they're telling you to kiss their hairy butt or whatever. You still got to be able to
Yeah.
be cordial with these guys, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they always have the upper hand on you.
Yeah.
They can see you, you
Yeah.
can't see them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they can easily go upside your head
Or hurt you, or scratch
or
your
hurt you.
something, or mess with your head, or mess with your body, or screw your body up so you can be sicker than a doornail. They can do whatever they want with you, right? Because you're like a sitting duck to them. They say, okay, like, let's mess with this guy. Yeah, yeah, they can do that. You have to be a certain amount of strength within you. Like, nah, you can't bug me. And you have to know your limit. As me, I have to know my limits, and I know my limits. I know how much I can push. But I'll never say it. I'll never say it. No, I'll
Yeah,
never say it.
you know what? I'm one of those guys where I do have compassion for certain people, for certain, if you show compassion to me, I'll show compassion to you.
Yeah.
I've never been into a place or been into an investigation where I've actually had to yell my voice at a individual that's no longer here. I felt like these guys are way older than me, and they understand the universe way better than I could ever have or ever
Hmm.
will be until I get there. So no matter what, it's like going back to that whole boy situation with grandpa.
Yep.
Something you just gotta suck up.
Hmm.
You gotta like, okay, I would never learn. I would never know as much as these guys that are
Hmm.
here
Yep.
that we can't see. They choose to show themselves when they want to show themselves.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They
Yeah.
choose to touch things when they want to touch things. It
And
seems like, I don't know.
something can really test you, right?
Oh, that can push you to the limit.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I usually don't give them a choice, but I said, okay, either you cross over or I kick you out. Pick your poison, right? Sometimes you have to be that way because they'll say, no, I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna do it. Now. Yeah, like this to you, and then you go, okay, like I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna respect you, and I'm gonna tell you which one do you want. Like either I cross you over or I kick you out.
I don't
Pick your
mind. You know what? To be honest with you, I don't mind if they don't cross over.
yeah, but
That's
some,
that's that's
but
something on them.
you know what? If it's a residential, right? If it's somebody's house, they don't belong there, right? So how I know if they don't want to go, but yeah, you have to say, okay, this is somebody's house now. This is no longer your house anymore. You don't belong here. No, you can't stay. So if it's a building, or if it's a cottage, or it's a castle, you leave them there, right? Because they're there for a reason. But if it's somebody's house, I always say you gotta go. You can't stay.
Yeah. Uh, Irene, Keith wants to know: do you believe in reincarnation?
Yeah.
I believe in reincarnation too, but I also believe that the person that is reincarnated might not be. It might be the same spirit, but it doesn't. The spirit doesn't have that. What is the word I'm looking for? Doesn't have that physical or that way of thinking like the person that was in that body before, or
Yeah.
that same spirit. something
Yeah.
something is tweaked about a person that's being reincarnated. You remember your past life, but the question is, Do you feel the emotions? Are you the same way that that person was that's been reincarnated?
For me, no. For me, no, because I've been there before. I've seen places before that I've been there, but it doesn't mean that I'm the same person that I was before that. And in this country, you will be reincarnated over and over and again until you get it right. So which means I've been reincarnated twice already, and I haven't done it right. So I'm gonna keep on screwing up until I get it right.
But the biggest question is when people say you've been reincarnated over and over and over and over again, what is we're trying to get right in our life? Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, the thing is, if you have a good life, you're married, you have many kids, you do the right things, and you live to the right age of 90,
Hmm.
is that not considered a good life? Or is it this, or is it could it be that one day that you didn't get right, you have to
Hmm.
reincarnate again to come back
Hmm.
to that point in that life to get right, then go through it all over again just for that one day?
Yeah. Sounds like it.
If
Sounds like.
that's the case, if that's the case, can you imagine how many times people are going to be reincarnated? And then
Mm.
again, is it up to the individual who's choose? What happens if the individual choose not to be reincarnated? Where do
It's.
they go from there?
I didn't have a choice, right? I don't think I have a choice at all, whether I do or don't. Yeah. It's not by
I mean,
choice. It's by yeah. They decide for me.
but is it fair? Is that something that you want to do or something that you didn't want to do? Who makes these decisions where
Yeah.
you it's up to you that you want to be reincarnated or you want to go? The ultimate goal of birth and dying is to live a certain life, enjoy that certain life, be good to everybody, make sure everybody's okay, have all the babies you can have. Then
Mhm.
the coolest thing about death is having all your your grandchildren next to you at your bedside. That is
Yeah.
cool. Or having all your families around you. That
Yeah.
is the coolest way to die. Now,
Yeah.
if you achieved all that, why are they telling you that, hey, you lived a semi good life, but that one day that you messed up on, you got to go back and correct that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But here
That's
I
the
am.
way. There.
But here
That's what.
I am.
Yeah.
It's crazy because now you forget about all your loved ones that
Yeah.
was in your first life.
Yeah.
You forget about your wife. You don't have a wife anymore. You forget about all that. See, that's what I'm afraid of.
Hmm.
Because if your one true love is your love, why are they forcing you to lose her?
Yeah.
Memories, everything about this individual,
Yeah.
that's the thing you got right. So why
Yeah.
are they making you go back and do it over again, not knowing that the person that you were so in love with before is not going to be the same person?
Yeah. Don't ask me. But them's the rules, and I can't. I can't. Yeah. I can't say anything about that either. Oh shoot.
Yeah, Keith said, I don't think the cycle of reincarnation never ends, no matter how good you live.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So, that's telling me I got to speak. If I was to be reincarnated, my time
Mhm.
with my ancestors and my family is limited,
Mhm.
right? To the amount of time that I
Mhm.
spend with
Mhm. Yep.
because they're going to take all that away from me,
Yeah.
whoever they is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
why come
whoever
it's not up?
decides that too. Like I have
Yeah.
no control. We have no control. So I don't know, and yet it's decided upon you that you're gonna come back and you're gonna relive this life and you're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. Yeah,
I To me, I think that's selfish on their end.
yeah. But it's a different because you see, uh, I claim the Buddhist faith now, so it is what it is, and I can't. I have to accept the way it is.
But I think it should be the ultimate choice should be up to you. Should you be with your loved ones and continue living with them, or come back down here and do this all over again? And
Mhm.
who's to say that the life you have now is going to be better than the life you had then?
Yeah, true, true. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And to
But
me, I
then
don't
that's
think
really weird because the person who just whomever decides that, right? Um, also decides whether you cross over or you don't, right?
right. That's why I always tell people, man, you have to do good in this world.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if when I don't know, but they said when you die, you're gonna be judged on the weight of your heart.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
your heart is heavy,
Mhm.
then you won't be able to. If your
Yep.
heart is light as a feather, you'll be able
Mhm.
to move on to the next life.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that is when you now this is Egyptian studying here. What is
Yep.
the guardian of what is his name? It's not Anubis. Yeah, I think it
No.
is Anubis.
Mhm.
Who is the guardian of the gate? He guards
The
the.
gatekeeper. The gatekeeper, right?
Who is that? Is that Anubis? I think
I've
that's Anubis.
only seen him once. People
He's the
call it
one
the
that
angel of
has.
death, right? People call it the
No, he's
angel of death. Yeah.
yeah, right, Keith. I don't look forward to going back to school either. You know, like,
Yeah. Neither do I.
but here's the thing. This is a question that I have for everybody that's watching the show. Is heaven governed by time?
Mhm.
Is heaven governed by time? If you reincarnated, are they going to send you back in a time 1900s, or are they going to send you into the future? How is this whole thing working? Because you got to remember, kids aren't being born at the rate that they were being born back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s.
Mhm.
People today aren't having kids, so the population is reducing itself.
Yep.
So all these souls that are being reincarnated, where are they going? What bodies are they going in if nobody's having kids?
Yep.
Bam.
Yep.
Can somebody answer that for me?
Yep. Yep.
Because all my kids, I got two kids that are 30 years old. One just turned 30 last week, another one is 33.
Mhm.
My 33-year-old kids, neither one of them have kids.
Mm-mm. Mm.
Neither one of them one has a girlfriend he's been dating for a while.
Mhm.
And Sean, I don't know what the hell Sean's doing.
He's just like my kid. My kid's 30. My kid's what? I think he's 32 or 33. He's still single. He hasn't found a girlfriend. Yeah.
You know, Keith, if time is man made, So we are made to reverse time. If time is man-made, we should be able to reverse it. Go back and uncreate the things that's been done in the past. Now, would
Mm,
that interrupt the timeline?
mm,
Would that interrupt if I was to go back and give Harriet Tubman,
mm-hmm,
have her do what she did? You think that'll hurt her?
mm,
If I was to go back and tell Frederick Douglass, all the things he needs to know, would
mm,
that hurt his time? What happened if the emancipation, the slavery didn't happen? What happened if the Confederacy won? If the South
yeah,
won in the hot time?
yeah.
We got to go back in time to reverse that. Time plays a key role in everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know
And
there's timekeepers.
we're not allowed to touch it, right? We're not allowed to play with it,
No,
right?
you can't play with time
No.
because it something. Time is something. If it's man-made, then I need to find out the person who made it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I need to find out the person who made it. Guys,
Mm,
we're going on 2 hours. It's at 1 hour and 15 minutes. Another 10 minutes, and I'm going to get you guys out of here. Appreciate all you guys on TikTok and on Instagram tonight. We are
mm-hmm.
streaming live on both social medias. Appreciate it. And I'm not even going to count all the guys that are on the board. All you guys, Kick, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Appreciate, man. Appreciate all the support that you guys are giving us tonight. Uh, so, closing statements. We got 9 minutes. Irene, huh? You know,
Okay. Well,
great conversation. Man. Great conversation. There. You know what? I thought once I started this, I thought it was going to be a little bit more, uh, a little bit more, you know, out
mm,
there.
not to worry about it. Yeah. I think we all have to be aware of who we are, what we are, our environment. Uh, as far as paranormal is concerned, I think because what's going on, the veil is extremely thin, and people are seeing more things that go bump in the night, and it's crossing over. A long time before the spirit world be with the spirits, and they never crossed over into the living world. Now it's like they're crossing over, and a lot of people are seeing more things that go bump in the night than there used to be. So I don't know what's going on. I think it can be scary. It can be, it's just weird because I got more cases now than I ever did before, and more people asking for help than I ever did before. So I don't know. It's kind of freaky, and I don't know what the outcome would be. Right?
Do you think that we're on the border of total disclosure of everything? And if
Depends.
we are on a
Yeah.
total border of disclosure, because once they release files on aliens,
Hmm.
and I think that would, man, that would break the backbone of a lot of things
You know.
that are
You
being
know.
said right now. I think it's gonna hurt religion. I think it's gonna help.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, what is that? I think it's gonna help when it comes to medical
Hmm.
because these
Yeah.
guys here can produce. It's weird because we already. I think that they already starting to give us medical because there are so many things out there now that we didn't have 10 years ago as
Mhm.
far as helping humans
Mhm.
become a little bit more uh, healthier. I don't know.
Mhm.
You can
Yeah.
fight cancer. They're basically a cure for AIDS now. Dude,
Mhm.
we didn't have this 10 years ago.
Nope. Nope.
There is
But you know
certain
what, man? As
pills.
far as medical is concerned, I think we're kind of like a little bit more advanced in America is. There's a lot more freaky things going on in this country because they can make an ear, they can make an organ now, and they're going to a heart now. They can make intestines here, and they're looking. The scientists are looking to make I mean, human heart now. So it because we don't have don't you can't donate from a dead body here. They don't have after you die. You there's a law against donating your organs to another person after you died. So they're having to make organs here now. So yeah, and I don't and nobody who has a colostomy bag here anymore. So
That
yeah,
is
it's
crazy.
yeah, because they're making new intestines now. They're making yeah. But I think there's a lot more weird things that are going on here than they are there. So we'll see what goes on. Like when you come, you'll be able to see how strange this country is, and it's like totally different from the rest of the world. It's kind of like weird too. Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready to drink a beer, man. I am. I'm ready to drink a beer. All right, Irene, where's your bucket list? Where would you like to go? Anywhere in the world?
Kind of like I like to go to England. I like to go to America. When things get a little bit better, I like to go to see Vlad's castle. There's some places I like to go to there. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Okay, okay. Me,
Yeah.
I, you know what? I just put me. I want to go to the Caribbean.
Mhm.
As close as that is now, I would like to know what people think about the paranormal
Mhm.
in Cuba, Panama,
Mhm.
Jamaica,
Mhm.
and all those islands down there, because
Bahamas, Bermuda,
yeah, yeah, all those
Tahiti.
islands down
Yeah.
there. Well,
Yeah.
because it's not ruled. Back in the day, those islands, Christianity wasn't the main religion back then. It
Nope.
was
Nope.
Voodoo.
Yeah.
Voodoo was one of the biggest religions there. I don't know if it still is today,
Mm.
because voodoo is one of those religions where a lot of people do not talk about.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Maybe because
Nope.
they're scared of it.
Yeah.
And what did they call that man that can't die with the top hat? He's definitely in the voodoo religion.
Mhm.
I can't think of his name. If anybody can say his name, please put it in the chat before we go.
Mhm.
What is
Mhm.
the man that can't die in the voodoo lore? Uh, what is
Was
his
it a
name?
priest? A voodoo
Yes,
priest? It
yes,
was
he's
right.
a voodoo priest, but he cannot die.
Yeah.
He wears a top hat, and he always doing those rituals with the snakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember seeing him in a James Bond movie,
Yeah.
but I can't think of his name. That is crazy. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, yeah, any island in the Caribbean,
Mhm.
any island that could that. Can you imagine what those people? A lot of people, they like I said, they don't speak on it.
Mm-mm. No. But you gotta understand that a lot of the older people generation would talk about it, but not the younger people.
Well, is it because the younger people don't know anything about it, or they just don't care?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking they just ain't got time. They just ain't got time for it.
Yeah. I think the older people knows a lot more about stuff like that.
You know what I'm saying? So, and trust me, I've looked on Facebook for people, paranormal investigators that are in the Caribbean. I'm not saying that there's none down there. I'm just saying that they are very low key.
Yeah. They don't
And
come up and say, "Hey, I'm a paranormal investigator." No, they
no,
don't do that.
because they don't want that. They don't want that scrutinism.
Nope, nope,
You
nope,
go down there, dude. You come across something that's really wicked. There's
yep.
yeah, and trust
Well,
me,
you know
dude.
what? If that's why you find a lot of Japanese paranormal investigators are all on TikTok, because if they come on Facebook, they could get canned from their job. They could get fired, or no more severance packages. You're gone, right? Poof. Like there's a door. See ya.
Don't
So
want to be here. Yep.
yeah. So it's just it's very low keyed, and
But I don't understand why. What are they afraid of?
I don't think they want anybody to know what they do. Like I can say what I'm the only one who will come out and tell you what I do, but other than that, a lot of people won't.
Yeah, I
They're
don't understand
afraid
what
because
they're.
they're gonna lose their jobs if they do.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, guys, it's end of the show. Yeah, thanks, Keith. Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Have a good night, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we've got to get out of here, man. It's 2 hours, and I appreciate all you guys coming on the show. Uh, and I hope to see you again. Hey, this is Terry and Irene with Nspstv Paranormal Podcast Show After Dark. And we'll be hearing
Ooh.
from you soon. So, hey, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will
Yeah.
see you guys soon. Peace. Bye, guys.
Bye.
V4 Vendetta Beats Production.